Hi everybody. So you have the kitchen makeover sheet and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. So you were assigned points for a yes or actually no points for a no. And some of you who got really high points, so anything above 60, that means that you're doing a really good job in your kitchen. Anything below 60, we've got some work to do, but not big things. I think that all of you are doing pretty good and that's why you're on this program. So some of the things that I want to just show you, I just want to show you around my kitchen. Now remember, I've been married for almost 25 years, I have 4 kids, I've evolved into this. I didn't become this overnight. I picked up pieces here and there and this is the result. So I wanted to show you the utensils and the things that I think you need. We talked about that you need a blender. If you want, you could get a food processor. You don't have to have that if you have a blender, but it definitely will make your life easier. This is an immersion blender. That's if you're going to make soups and you want to puree them. This is obviously just a regular beater. This is a crock pot. I also have my Dutch oven over here. Each one is used kind of interchangeably, except the Dutch oven can go inside your oven. That's the difference. And then I have lots of lids, and these are my deep pots hanging up here over my sink, which is actually a brilliant idea that a really great chef lady taught me. This is a great way to hang your pots and pans. So if you're really into cooking and you need to get things out of your way immediately, hanging them up over your sink is kind of ideal because they can kind of drip dry. So that's an idea for you. When you're a cook, and the more you cook, these are the things that you'll learn, you want to have things at the ready at all times. So I have my pot holders right next to my stove. I have all my little tools right next to my stove. And then I have my regular tools that I use on a regular basis always there for me. All my knives are right here. These are the ones I use constantly. These are the ones, often. Scissors, you always should have a good pair of kitchen shears. This is only for using in the kitchen. This is not for paper. I've got all my spices above. Now because this is above my hot oven, I have everything in glass jars. The few things that aren't in glass jars, this is plastic, is sitting inside of a glass jar so it doesn't melt. I've got lots of different choices. I make little blends. This is a salt and pepper blend that I have for taking and sprinkling. This is salt. This is pepper by itself. So I'm really set up. I've got some olive oil over here that I'm going to saute probably with. So I just want you to see how you need to make your kitchen more efficient, and this is the way to do it. So I talked about having a good full kitchen. Now you caught me on a Monday, which means that Sunday we did a big barbecue, which is typical of our family. So we set ourselves up for the week. So I just want to show you all the things that I barbecued yesterday that will now make my life a breeze for the week. Now remember, we did eat some of this. This is filet mignon. This is some shrimp. This is some turkey burgers that are all weighed and portioned out for our family. And this is chicken breast that I just actually put a little bit of a rub on. So you can use all of these things now to build the rest of your meal around and keep your life so simplified. It's unbelievable because most of the food that we have to prepare is protein. So, I want you to see some of the things in my refrigerator. I have flat out wraps, which you can purchase pretty much anywhere these days. I have a whole wheat low carb tortillas. I have the Perfect 10 bagel, which is awesome, but only available in California, sadly. I have fresh fruit, some vegetables, more vegetables. I always have vegetables ready to go so I can make myself something really quickly. I made a bunch of baked potatoes yesterday, so now I can slice these up. I can do all sorts of different things with them throughout the week. I've got lots of mustards because mustard, as you know, on a Takedown challenge, Takedown Lifestyle is a freebie. So I have an assortment of those. So always make sure you have mustards, marinades, dressings, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, plain Greek yogurt for making yogurt mayonnaise blends, fresh salsas, chicken stock. So this is pretty much my kitchen at all times. Sliced meats. This is from the deli. This is from just regular sliced meat. This is a soy chorizo, so I could make something nice and spicy, and it's vegetarian if I felt like doing that. So I just want you to see, it's all about preparing yourself. Down here in my freezer, the only things I keep inside my freezer in the inside of the house is protein. Outside of the house is where I have fresh fruits and things like that. I talked about having whole grains at all times. Down here I have all sorts of brown rice, quinoa, some wheat pasta, all sorts of things. So I really can make anything I want at any time. I've got assortment of bars. I make my own breadcrumbs and I make my own croutons out of old rolls or whole wheat hamburger and hot dog buns. It saves a lot of money and it's really easy to do. I've got lots of breakfast things down here, so we can do all sorts of things, either making for breakfast or sometimes we supplement with oats and things in our meals. Even flaxseed we'll use a lot in our meals. I put them in the hamburger patties last night and no one knows. My pantry here, I've got all the flours and I buy in bulk, so I label everything so everybody knows what it is. It's all sealed so it stays nice and fresh. It's just like I said earlier, setting yourself up for success. You can see my my cabinet here. I've got, the different vinegars that I talk about all the time. I've got lots of hot sauces. I love hot sauce. I've got the liquid smokes that give us a nice flavor without anything else. Some oils, peanut butter, natural peanut butter we talk about. So it's really not that difficult, people. I really want you to see that. So I want you to feel confident in your own kitchen without being overwhelmed. You don't have to be a huge cook. You just need to have the willingness to try and to set yourself up. So one last thing I'm going to show you is my outside refrigerator, which is obviously most people don't have a 2 refrigerator setup, but we do have 4 kids, and so we do this strictly so that we can keep all the food in the house, and we do buy some bottled drinks and such that are in the backyard refrigerator. So if you go to a Costco or some big warehouse type place, which does save money, it does benefit you to have a double refrigerator. Okay, so we're back in our backyard now, which is where we keep our double refrigerator. Because we have a protected yard, we're able to do that. So whatever part of the country you're in, maybe it needs to be in your garage. But you can see, so I've got my bottled water down here, extra eggs because I don't want to run out, extra yogurt because I don't want to run out. I've got some the 50-50 juice that we're going to use in some of our smoothies. Some wine for a party at the ready. Let's see, another drink. So, I'm just really ready to go at all times. It's really, really easier to live your life this way, trust me. I've got cut up fruit in here for making smoothies, or if we feel like something sweet, dessert. Cut up fruit, frozen fruit's great. Edamame, we can always make some edamame to throw in. Some more Perfect 10 bagels, because God forbid we run out of those in our house. Some True Whip, which is a non-hydrogenated oil Cool Whip. And some nuts, because you can freeze nuts and you should freeze nuts. And, this is just like the backup. So I do like to buy fresh, but there are things that you should always have on hand so that you don't get caught in a pinch. So let's go back inside the kitchen, and I have one last point to make. So as you can see, I have a pretty substantial sized kitchen, but I'll tell you what, I didn't start this way. I started in an 800 square foot apartment, and I was just as active in the kitchen as I am now. I just did it on a smaller scale. I didn't have a big family yet, but I did love to cook, and I had a willingness to fail. And I really want you to get that. I wasn't afraid to screw up. So give it a go, have fun with it, set yourself up. Any good carpenter will tell you, as long as they have the best tools, they can do anything. And I think that's the same thing that you need to think about in your kitchen, okay? Have fun. I hope you get all 5s next time on The Good Things. Bye.